Okay, so regarding the Kamila Valieva doping situation, I wanted to get all of my facts straight and get confirmation because she is 15 before I go make a video about it, before I get into my feelings. Now, we have gotten the facts and we have gotten an outcome to this situation. And this is no longer hearsay, this is no longer rumors. This was literally Kamila Valieva herself stating that she was taking care of her grandfather. The grandfather takes the heart medication. She shared a cup with the grandfather, and that is how the medication got in her system. Give me a moment. We're going to let that go. We're going to let that go because we don't know if they told her to say that or if this little 15-year-old girl just came up with this herself. And it's not like she knows basic science and understand there is no way that could be physically, scientifically possible. We're going to leave that alone. What we're going to focus on is that it has now been verified that indeed this banned substance was in her system. Now that we've verified that, I'm going to have to ask, what in the bull with a side of shit is this 3-clown circus that we are now in? Let me try to understand where my feelings are at. You're gonna tell me that a little girl got on television, we're not making this up, this is fact, and told us that she had a bad skate and they put her in a trash can and covered the lid and told her trash belonged with trash. This happened to her. You're going to tell me that we have Medvedeva who can no longer turn her back. We're not making this up. Medvedeva literally said this herself. You're going to tell me we have Plushenko who can no longer bend. We're not making this up. Her mother herself said this. You're going to tell me we have Daria in front of us literally breaking her hip. We're not making this up. This happened. You're going to tell me we have Aljona who trained until she broke her arm because she was told she was lazy. You're going to tell me we have all of this and so much more. You're going to tell me we have Anna on Instagram saying the only thing that's going into her body is powdered shake. We all know what's going on in this camp. And we're just feeling helpless, unable to do anything about it. And then the doping situation came up. Somebody done fucked up. The math was not properly done. And a 15-year-old was found doping. The holy grail of the Olympic, the whole heart of it. Clean sport is the only sport. That one rule that all must follow. The one rule that no one is above. You're going to tell me we finally got that. Where we could finally not be so helpless. Where we could finally help these little girls from being broken. And the governing bodies, the people that are in power, the CAS told us, hold up. We know the rules apply to everyone. But not in this case. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? And this is not about not being sympathetic to Kamila Valieva. We are all sympathetic to Kamila Valieva. This whole thing is about being sympathetic to Kamila Valieva. These people drugged a 15-year-old. Any other country where these people drugged a 15-year-old, the first thing we would have been asking is, when are we going to arrest the coaches? Who's the doctor that needs to have their license taken away? What the hell were the parents doing? What is this bullshit? Who needs to be banned for life? Any other country, this is what we would be saying. But because it's Russia, we are gonna be like, let's find ourselves some loophole. Yes, the lab in Sweden took too long to process the lab work. That's unfortunate. But what does that have to do with the positive result? What does that have to do with the golden rule of no doping for everybody? So you mean to tell me all we did was make it better for Teamtutberidze? Now they know the exact ratio they need to be. They know they need to get the kids to be a certain age and they have to be exactly 15 at the Olympic. Because as long as they're doping these kids, from 11 to 15. That's going to give them plenty of time to get body memory, plenty of time to get the quads and triple axel, plenty of time to destroy their body, but they're going to hold out just enough until they're 15. And whoops, if they're 15 and something is found in their blood, oh well, that's too bad. And what I don't understand is, they're at the Olympic now. Why can't we request some blood, some urine, and some hair sample? If this was a one-time thing only, if this was an accident from drinking from Grandpa's cup, fine. Okay, baby, you made a slip up. Let me get some hair, because you know what? The hair's going to tell me what you've been doing for a year. And if everybody's been clean for a year, let's keep this party going. Why can't the Olympic Committee say, everybody, I want pee, I want blood, I want urine? Before anybody steps on the ice, we're going to run all of the tests. And every country can be in that lab, making sure that the tests are being done properly. Why can't we do that? Why do we have to let these little girls get on that ice, compete, and then 4 months later, 5 months later, take away their medal, humiliate them some more, while Teamplushenko, Danny G, and all the rest of them continue to coach? All they're going to do is move on to the next group of little girls that they're going to bring. What the fuck is this shit? This is not the sport that I signed in for. I do not need to see quad if it means that we're drugging little girls. This is emotional rape. This is not what needs to be happening in any sport, and especially not in sports where there's vulnerable young children. We could have stopped this. The signs of Eteri's abuse, the sign of that camp abuse was everywhere. Everyone knew it, but everyone allowed it to happen. No winners today. No one won about what's happening with Kamila Valieva. Not us, the fans who have watched this sport for decades. Not the athletes who have literally killed themselves. So many. We have Rika, we have Rakaba, we have Brady. All of these girls killing themselves because the commentators told them that the Russian girls were better, that the Russian girls were ahead of everybody. We had all of these girls killing themselves, feeling like they were worthless, trying to catch up to a perfection that did not exist, trying to beat an illusion. And these commentators, your Johnny Weir, your Tara Lipinski, your Ted Barton, knew what was going on. Don't try to BS me that they didn't know. They knew what was going on. They were at the skating rink. They were at the camp. They were at the competition. They saw what was going on with these girls. They heard the rumors, yet they still got on television and told these other girls they were not good enough because the Russians were simply better, when they knew that was not the case. That was not natural talent that got them there. If it's natural talent, then no problem. Everybody gives a hair, urine, and blood sample. Let's all see who's clean and who's dirty. It's not that complicated. It's not a complicated matter. But what just happened today, we all lost. Everybody lost. And the biggest losers of all is Kamila Valieva and the other little girls that are going to come after her. Because we just told the world, you can drug children, but just don't make sure they reach the age of 16. If they reach the age of 16, you're in trouble. But as long as they're 15, you can drug them all you want. And if you get caught, blame it on their grandfather. None of us won today. There were no winners today. Everybody lost. All 24 of those skaters, including Sasha, including Anna. Because you know what? Nothing they do will ever be looked at the same, even if they are clean. Unless we get hair samples that prove they're innocent beyond a reasonable of doubt, we can never look at them the same. Their Olympic dream is also ruined. Everything they've built and worked for is also ruined. And why? Because greedy adults wanted to win at any cost. Let's be honest. Kamila was talented enough that she could have won without drugs. There was no need for anything to ever be found in her system. But they didn't want to take the chance. They wanted to make 100% certainty, and sacrificing a 15-year-old girl was not a problem for them. And they just got a free pass. Let's be honest. Nothing is going to happen to Eteri. Nothing is going to happen to Eteri. Next season, Eteri's going to come out with her new set of juniors, and the Tyras, the Ted Barton, the Johnny Weirds are going to be up in her ass again, complimenting her. The judges are going to be inflating her score again. She didn't lose nothing. Her camp didn't lose nothing. The